family. So living with other people that the community knows really gives you an up in the security department. And also using other relationships for that too, really being in the community and having everybody know who you are, and so they'll look out for you.
In my village, I feel very safe. My homestead is very secure. My mage locks the gate every night. But I think the biggest part of safety and security is integration, is meeting as many people in your community as you can and becoming friends with them, and the more people that know you, the better, because they're going to be looking out for you. I don't know everyone in my community, but they know me and they're looking out for me because I am a visitor.
With regard to safety at the homestead, Peace Corps has gone through multiple conversations with not only the larger community but also with your host family. They do site inspections before they finalize, your site as a place for a volunteer to stay. They do upgrades such as not only routine maintenance but also installation of burglar bars over windows, doors. They look at access, road access, or like nearby traffic. They really take safety very seriously.
So safety in town is where you may run into a little more problems, but the most important thing is just to really be aware. Know where you are and who's around you, and have your valuables tucked deep into your backpack, and it's not a huge problem if you...
I feel safe in town now more than I did at the beginning, only because I'm familiar. It's fear of the unknown. The Manzini bus rank rattled me, as it I think does everybody the first couple of times through. Not at all anymore. It's again getting used to it, but being aware of your environment. You know it's a place where danger can lurk. Being attentive, looking, you don't want to look like a victim, you don't want to look like an out-of-towner. Walk with assurance. It's your town too. And that's how I've approached it, and I feel no fear there at all. But I was afraid at the beginning just because I was unfamiliar with the environment.
In town, I do conduct myself differently. Like most people would suggest, I try to keep valuables closer to me. I keep a lookout. As far as like personal safety, I have found that recognizing people, not just walking by, especially if they address you, but to politely greet them, maybe joke, smile a little bit, speak a little Siswati. I find that goes a long ways. And it also helps to mix you in and integrate you in at that moment even, so you're not so much of an outsider or a potential target.
The main safety and security issue is theft. So just being aware of your surroundings, the people around you, and really knowing that you're American, you stand out, and people are going to know you're there and where you're going. So just take care of your stuff, and there's a good chance you may get things taken, but it's part of the deal.
From what I've heard from other volunteers, incidents can range from verbal. That's the most common, and a lot of it, in my opinion anyway, is they're not trying to offend you or cause any sort of incident. They're just happy to see you, and they're wanting to see if you want to talk to them. But there are all the other things, culturally, it seems to be more allowed that people might touch you, which we as Americans generally find to be a little more provocative. But really nothing goes too much beyond that, especially if you're being proactive and being conscious.